Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today I'm taking a look at some more of these Transformer gum sets from Kabaya. These are kind of like Takara's version of Mini-Pla. They're not really as intricate as Mini-Pla, and they don't have kind of a long-lasting legacy like Mini-Pla does, but they're just little model kit candy toy things that Kabaya makes, I would assume on behalf of Takara, because they're Transformers, so they license them out. I'm not 100% sure when these are from because for whatever reason they don't have a year on them. I've looked everywhere. Now obviously judging by the Transformers 30 years logo, it would have to be around 2014. But I'm not 100% sure when these came out, and I'm pretty sure the three of these came out together in a wave. I bought these from Mandarake and they all came together like as a set. So I think they were released probably around the same time, probably in the same wave. But yeah, it's just strange that there's not really any kind of official year on them that I've been able to find, which is weird. But in any case, you can see we get Star Convoy, we get Buster, who is, I believe his name was Dreadwind in America, and then Hydra, whose name was Darkwing. So these are the two Decepticon Power Masters, and then you just get Star Convoy over here. Although I have to say on the back, it's pretty neat. He actually has the base mode, and he comes with a super tiny little hot rod, which is pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes. And then these guys, it looks like they have little Power Master partners, and I think, judging from this picture, that they somehow connect where they're supposed to, and you can form Dark Wings by putting them together, which is pretty cool. So we'll check that all out. But yeah, the packaging's pretty fun. Definitely very bright and colorful. And I think they should be pretty fun to put together. So I'm going to go ahead, get these out of the package, put them all together, and then we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here are the three sets fully assembled and stickered up. I have to say I'm actually really impressed with these. I didn't really know what to expect. The only one I had put together before this was the Fort Max set, and that was three separate boxes that all got put together to form one large robot. So I was kind of impressed with like the level of detail and stuff with that one, but because it was larger, I didn't really know what to expect with these smaller individual sets. But I gotta say, I'm actually really impressed. So you have Star Convoy, you have Hydra and Buster, Darkwing and Dreadwind, their English names right here. These are the two Decepticon Power Masters, and then Star Convoy was from, I think, a manga in Japan, Return of Convoy, I believe it was called, well after the original show ended for him. I guess we'll start with Star Convoy. I'm going to move these guys off to the side. Real quick, though, I love that they come with their individual little Power Masters. That's something I was not expecting and was thoroughly impressed by, but we'll move all that off to the side for now so we can focus on Star Convoy. So if you are familiar with the original toy or character at all, it's a very tiny little cab with a monstrously large trailer, which is no different here. Everything that you see that has any kind of color to it is stickers. I mean, obviously there's some molded plastic, like there's red, there's gray, there's blue, but anything else is a sticker. So obviously it doesn't have real wheels, so this just kind of moves across the surface, just a piece of plastic moving across the surface. No actual rolling wheels or anything like that. Transformation is pretty simple. I'm going to zoom out here so we can do this. This section back here is going to unpeg. And I kind of like to peg it in very tentatively just because I'm really afraid, especially these two tiny pegs back here, I feel like they could break off, but it pegs in here, here, and here. So I just kind of loosely tab that in and then just kind of untab it. I don't want to push it all the way in. I mean, you want to be adventurous with it, be my guest. Unpeg the gun from there. You can see it pegs in right there. You're going to rotate at the waist 180 degrees. I'm going to zoom out just a smidge more. You're going to separate the hands, and then they're going to fold down, and then you can just kind of straighten them out. Put them at whatever angle you like. You can separate the two legs, and then you can pull down the chest. It's a little bit easier if you grip it from the side. That will swivel down. The head will rotate out, and then peg that back in. And then you can see this is the robot mode. The head is one sticker. The whole eyes, face, it's all one sticker there. This is separate. I think the piece that the sticker is on and the crest is one piece that pegs into the blue head. And then everything else, like I said, that you see is stickers. But the arm can move at the shoulder. You also have a elbow swivel. You have a waist swivel forward and back. Well, I guess it doesn't go back too much because it hits, you can see it hits there, but definitely forward and out to the side. The legs are one solid piece, so nothing there. But you can go ahead and give him his gun. And then this piece can clip on here, right here, pegs onto right there as a shield. And there you go. So pretty cool. I really like him a lot. I think he looks great. Some of the stickers were a little difficult to do, but ultimately not bad. The star on his chest. Even these, for some reason with these, they would give you like an extra flap. So basically this would all be one sticker. You kind of push it on the center here, smooth this piece down, then flap down the sides and stick that all on. Then they would give you like this piece here. You can see it's a little frayed. I had to cut it. Because they'd give you like an extra flap that would then like fold over this, and it just looked really weird. And I don't really know why. You can see it here. See how there's kind of like this extra flap here? I don't know. The stickers are weird on that. And I don't know if I just did it wrong or what. But I didn't really care for that extra flap of sticker because it made it look real messy. It didn't look very clean. But other than that, that's like the minor nitpick. That's the only thing I have to complain about with this set. He does also have a base mode, just like the original Star Convoy. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Now if you come around to the, I guess it's in here in the legs flip open, and you can see he actually comes with a super tiny little hot rod. So if I lay him down for a second, it doesn't transform or anything. It's kind of nicely detailed, but it is super tiny, and you can see it just has a peg hole there underneath. So we'll put him off to the side for a moment. Coming back to this, you're going to open up the other leg like this, and they just kind of come down to the side. You're going to spin this 90 degrees and then make sure the arms aren't in the way. The legs are going to rotate all the way up like this. You're going to open up the chest. If I lift the arms up, it'll be a little easier. Pop this straight down. Then you put the arms back out. He literally just stays like this. And then you take the shield piece. You flip out this and this, and then this little peg right here pegs into the side right here. So there you go. That is the base mode. It is definitely very goofy, but the original Star Convoy base mode was also very goofy. This is actually pretty close to the original toy. From what I understand. I didn't have that original toy. Obviously, it was Japan only. But you can go ahead and have, you know, Hot Rod cruising around in the base mode. So you can also use, this is the wind charger from the Fortress Maximus set. And you can see that they don't scale at all because look how much tinier Hot Rod is. But I mean, you could put this here. It doesn't really work well, but it works, kind of. Put him back. They also have it so that you can peg Hot Rod in the chest there. There's a peg hole in the inside. At one point they have you peg that in there, but I just usually leave it inside the leg because there's pegs in here. And it kind of looks like he's in like the garage or the, you know, the car bay. I don't know what you want to call it. Like ready to deploy. So there is the base mode. It's absolutely ridiculous, but very reminiscent of the original Star Convoy base mode that was itself very ridiculous. Up next we have Hydra, aka Darkwing. I will say the canopy stickers, I don't know if they just got away from me. They seemed actually too large for the space. I felt like that with both of them. They look okay, but again, it's a lot of like the way the large stickers with flaps that come over, and I didn't really need them to be that big. But overall, I think it looks really good. You have the robot mode underneath. Very reminiscent of the original toy, honestly. But I can't get over these super tiny little Power Masters. So if I can get this to focus, you can kind of see the helmet. It's supposed to be like a Cobra helmet. It's hard to tell with Hydra. You can tell a little bit better the Eagle helmet with Buster. We'll get there. But so this is the robot mode. And then he does have the ability to flip the wheels around. Let me zoom out here. And flip around and become Power Master, which I was very, very impressed with. And then you just take this and pop it right in here where it would normally go. And just kind of, wedge it in there and it kind of stays by friction, which is kind of cool. So I was really impressed with that. I really did not expect that to have tiny Power Masters, which I think is really cool. I'm going to go ahead and take the guns off. They just peg into the side of the arms, as you can see. If I can get this out of here. So, tiny peg hole, just peg that in right there. Going to put that off to the side. I guess actually before I do this, I should bring Buster in real quick, because you can do Dark Wings. So his guns peg into the side of the arm as well. So you just unpeg those, and then you take this piece off and peg it on here like this. And then you take this and just flip this piece up, and then you can see there's 2 pegs right there, 2 pegs right there. Boom, peg that in, and then what you can do is take these 2 guns and peg these together, and then take these 2 guns and peg these together. And then there are little spots here on the side where you can peg these in. So there you go. They can wing cross and form Dark Wings, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's something the original toy could do. I think they did a pretty good job of representing that here. So I'm pretty impressed with it. I mean, honestly, for a candy toy, I'm pretty impressed with it. Now I have to remember which guns go with. I think these go with Buster. So if we want to get right into the transformation here, this is going to stay up like this. These will kind of, if you want, you can fold them all the way down. I think the directions show to do it at kind of like a 45-degree angle. It doesn't matter. You're going to have to temporarily fold these wings back, and then you're actually going to kind of just pop these legs off completely. And then spin this around. And sometimes the legs, these like red joints that the legs are connected on, sometimes they start to fall away from the body underneath, so you just got to make sure you push them up. But then these are going to fold down. And the reason you had to take these off is because they were connected. I think I did this wrong. They were connected like this on the innermost peg. You have to bump them out to the outermost peg. And like I said, sometimes, so you can see how that push that up. See, when I attach this, it naturally wants to drag it down, so I have to like push it up while dragging it down. It's very confusing. So pop this out. This has a little heel that you can see pops out. So we're going to unfold that, pop out the little heel, pop this on here. There we go. Then you can bring the arms back. And unfortunately, they don't have an elbow joint, so you just kind of have to do that. And then the head just pops out of here. There we go. Now, sometimes the head, it's just like a peg in here, and as you move it, sometimes it comes unpegged. You can unpeg this whole body section, so if that would happen, you just have to unpeg it, peg that back in, and then peg the body back on. But there is the robot mode. So I'll go ahead and give him the 2 guns. Just peg into his hands. So very cool. I kind of wish the, I think in the original toy, the wings folded back, but the arm stayed here. And I wish this could replicate that, but I understand why it can't. You know, it's a candy toy. There's going to be some concessions. And overall, I really can't complain. Head doesn't have any movement, but you can move the arms at the shoulder. No elbow or wrist or anything like that. You can move the leg. That's pretty much it. He doesn't really have a ton of articulation, except that his leg wants to keep popping off. Other than that, he's got leg popping off articulation. But no, I mean, they just peg right back in. But overall, I think he looks really good. I'm pretty happy with this. So let's go ahead and get his brother. All right, so taking a look at Buster, taking a close look at this. Like I said, you can kind of see the eagle head on his helmet. It's a little bit more prominent on him. Otherwise, still very, very tiny. But he can, of course, transform. And then we go ahead and pop this right into here. Now, this one doesn't stay in as well, unfortunately. It's not bad, but sometimes if you don't really wedge it in, make sure it's nice and wedged in, it'll fall off. But otherwise, he looks pretty good. Again, I think I did a worse job with Buster's canopy than I did with Hydra's. But it just seemed a little too big. I'm sorry, it was just too big. But I like the stickers on the wings. I think they came out good. Transformation for Buster is a little bit simpler. You're going to take this off and just, again, peg it in like this. You're going to fold the arms back. And you might want to just take this off temporarily so you can fold these all the way back. Because then the legs are going to just swivel like so. Swivel the legs around. And then this is just going to fold down. And you can see the heads right there. And then you just close this back up. You can also see how you can't really lift this up because like when the arms are in. So you kind of have to open that. This folds down and then that kind of keeps it in place, which is nice. Then you do have an arm rotation and an elbow joint. So he actually gets the elbow joint that unfortunately Hydra did not get. You can pop these little things out for heels so he can stand up. And then putting this back on, I think the directions show you just doing this. I kind of like to spin it around just because it gets it out of the way a little bit more. Whatever your preference, it doesn't matter. So he has no head articulation either, but he does have a swivel in the arm and a bend in the elbow. Once you put this down, you can't move the arm or the legs too much because they bump into the fuselage there. So not really too much going on in the legs, which might be why they gave him the extra arm articulation. I'm not really sure. But we can go ahead and give him the double guns. And there you go. So now we have Hydra and Buster, the two Decepticon Power Masters. Very, very cool. There we go. Perfect. I think they came out really nice. I really do. For being, cheap, inexpensive candy toys, I think they transform well. Decent articulation. Stickers, some of them are a little rough, but I think overall, this is one big sticker here for the legs. That's just gray underneath. And you just get a wraparound sticker. I think they came out actually not bad. Stickers here on the, hip. I think this sticker came out really nice. Both the heads sticker came out pretty nice. So I can't really complain. I think they both look great. I really like them a lot. They're both Master Force characters, so of course I'm a little biased, but I think they came out really fun. They were fun to build, not too frustrating. Like I said, some of the sticker applications weren't the best, but actually building them was very fun. And most of the stickers, for the most part, held together pretty well. So I'm pretty happy about that. So I think all three of these came out great. I'm honestly really loving these little Kabaya model kits. The Fort Max, like I said, was the first one that I built, and I was really impressed with that. Now, again, that was 3 big boxes going together to make one large set, so that had a lot more going for it. And I was a little apprehensive when putting together these smaller sets, just because they kind of have to stand on their own with less. And I'm actually pretty impressed. I don't remember exactly what I paid for these, but I kind of remember it being somewhere in the area of like 15 to 20 for the set of 3. And I really feel like that's not bad. $5 to $7 a piece for these I feel like are really not bad. It may have even been cheaper. I honestly don't remember at this point because it was a while ago. But I feel like if you could find these things for, $5 to $8 a piece, I think they're totally worth. Now, again, that's before shipping. So, shipping's going to depend on how much you buy, where you're getting it from, all that kind of stuff. But if you could get them for, by the time you finish out shipping and whatnot, maybe $10 a piece, I think they're worth it. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're really nice representations. And I think they really take their influences from the original G1 toys, which I think is really cool. I was blown away by the fact that they actually had small Power Master partners. I think that's really, really cool. I know they're cheesy and there's not much to them, but just the fact that they have them really impressed me. And the fact that they actually transform from robot mode to Power Master mode and actually have spots that they fit in and stay in fairly well, knock on wood. Like I said, I didn't expect much and I was blown away with what I got. So I think that's the way to go into these. just don't expect. I mean, well, now that you've seen the review, you know exactly what to expect. But I'm glad I didn't. I don't know. I guess you just have to know with the price. You have to, have reasonable expectations based on the price. But these exceeded my expectations, and I was actually really, really like charmed by them, I guess is a way to say it. I really enjoy them. I definitely have a bunch more to put together, and I'm looking forward to it. What else do I have so far? I have the Brain Masters from Victory. I think I have Overlord from Master Force. I have Jinrai and God Bomber from Master Force. And then I think I randomly have like Ultra Magnus or somebody else from G1. I think Starscream too. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy the video, because I will probably be doing a bunch more of these in the coming weeks. I'm not going to go crazy, but I'll be sparsing them in as I review other things. Not a lot of stuff came out in May, so May is a good time to get caught up on backlog stuff. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you guys think about these, and if you like them, I'll definitely keep doing them, because like I said, I have a bunch more. So let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.